Hi, my name is Pierre. I'm a Krav Maga instructor here at Forge. I actually grew up in France, right around Paris. It's like this small town called Saint-Mandé. It's right on the outskirts. And I moved here to San Francisco freshman year of high school. So kind of half and half, right? I did like my early childhood in France, and then I did my adolescent life here. So actually, this is one of my favorite stories, and it's one that I tell people all the time. When I moved here, I had a lot of free time, and I was not super active, and I was really looking to get into some kind of sport. And I happened to live really close to the gym. So I walked in one day, and I took a P1 class, an intro class, right? And I remember thinking, oh my God, this is really challenging. I'm never gonna make it through. So I asked my instructor, Jeremy, if I could take a break. I was like, hey, can I take a break? Can I take a breather, get some water? He looks at me dead in the eyes, stares at me, and he goes, "You think this is a yoga class?" And that's when I knew that I was gonna have so much fun here. Yeah, it was challenging, but I knew people were here to take care of me. Like right after this, like he had the brightest smile, biggest smile. He was like, "No, I'm with you. Of course, like take all the time you need." And yeah, I felt like people were invested, so I just like kept coming back. I started when I was, I'm gonna say 16, because I have a great memory of these things, and I'm 26 now. What I like most about Krav Maga is the feeling of security, the feeling of being able to carry myself, being able to know that I'm secure within my body. It relieves a lot of the stress of going to new places, unfamiliar places. It gives me that freedom of moving, being in sometimes a little bit of uncomfortable situations or places where I wouldn't necessarily want to put myself into. I feel like I have the knowledge that I'm able to see what's happening around me. I'm able to carry myself, and I think that's really the main thing I'm getting out of this, in addition to obviously feeling fit. I feel like I'm getting a lot of good exercise, feeling challenged. A lot of the things we do here are sometimes really tough, and it's a great feeling to work out for 3 hours and fight out for a bunch of different rounds of sparring and tell yourself, wow, I just did that thing. Size is definitely something like we talk about a lot, right? I'm definitely not the biggest of students, but I think it goes for a lot of students. We have a lot of people here who train who are my size, right? And then we have some students who are big and strong and scary. So it's always been, ever since I joined, something that we address like really directly, right? From the get-go, I've been told, okay, these techniques are tools that you can use, and here's their limit. Like, here's the breaking point. If this person weighs 3 times your weight, then it's probably not gonna work. You're probably gonna have to do something different. You're probably gonna have to find a solution. And here are more tools, more approaches that we use, right? So that in itself has always given me that kind of confidence that I know size does matter, and that there is an impact of like how much strength you have, how fast you are, and being able to be cognizant of this, I think is already like one big step in feeling confident in using my skills, because I know that I'm not gonna blindly try a technique that has no chance of working for someone my size. And it also helps me put my attention into specific techniques, specific skills that I think I can develop and utilize maybe better than some of our stronger, slower practitioners. I think the thing I can say about the community that really illustrates what is super awesome is like I have friends here who I've been training with for 10 years, as long as I've been here, and like the fact that I keep coming back, they keep coming back, is kind of a testament to what we find in this place. Like, we value skills, we value learning, we value each other. I always feel like this is a place where I have friends, I have people I can talk to. Everyone has my back, like no matter what I need. I never feel like I'm gonna be put in danger by any of my partners, no matter their skill level, right? Which is super awesome, because, and that's something I take kind of a lot of pride in, right? Being part of the instructor team, I feel like we've managed to create this environment when people walk in, they get the vibe that we're putting out there, right? And the vibe isn't, we're here to get injured, get hurt on our first class and tough it up, and we're here to build skills, we're here to build community, we're here to improve no matter where we're at, right? So that's kind of what the community here is all about to me. Our system is very striking oriented, so in a purely like philosophical way, I'm really into a lot of our releases that are very strike oriented. I think I was teaching this the other day. One of our core Krav Maga technique is grabbing, like releasing a grab, a wrist lock, or a shirt grab, right? And we have multiple levels of response to this, which I think really illustrates kind of what we're about. You have a really direct response, whereas someone will put their hand on you and you just use as much force as necessary to get them off of you. But that's not always realistic, right? We don't live in a world where we want that to be the only solution that we give our students. So we also talk about soft solutions, and that leads into the kind of things that I really like, which will be wrist locks, locks of all kinds, and throws, takedowns. Yes, I'm one of the smaller people here, but yes, I'm also one of the more into takedowns. Yeah, and they're just plenty fun too. As of kind of sort of recently, I've started training other martial arts, but here at Forge. So in a way, it feels like it never like computes to me as like, wow, this is really different, because I'm training Dutch kickboxing and Kali, and both of those I feel like I'm incorporating into my Krav Maga like journey or expertise. So yes, and it feels kind of like a half yes, but yes, I am training other martial arts. How have I brought in other experiences, other martial arts to Krav? That's a great question, because I feel like it's mostly about philosophy. To me, Krav Maga is really highly philosophy based, right? We talked earlier about some techniques not working all the time for every body type, but we have clear goals, we have clear ideas of the things we want to be doing, and that's what is helping me, I think. Whenever I'm practicing something else, I'm kind of thinking in the back of my head, okay, how can I use the skills I'm learning now to apply the philosophy that I think is most useful in self-defense? So why did I become an instructor? Can I say I was coerced into it? Of course. No, it kind of felt like the logical next step. I had been training here for just about 10 years. I felt that I had a good understanding of most of our early level techniques, and I'm someone who kind of likes teaching in general. I think I've mentioned this, but I used to be a teacher at a school. I also taught stats in college. So I kind of always had this thing about explaining things that I think I understand, and being able to share knowledge with people is always something I feel really proud about when I get a chance to do that. It made sense to do the Krav Maga instructor certification. What feels rewarding about teaching, or examples of rewarding things about teaching? There's two really that come to mind. Because of the nature of the things we teach here, we do teach self-defense, and we want people to come in and get real life applicable skills. It feels really good to see people come back. Not just for the school, which it does, it's important for us, right? But it also means that the people who came into the school trying or looking to learn these skills, right, have found people or found the community here to be ready to give them those skills and to be welcoming to them. And so that's always a super good feeling to see people coming back, classes after classes. And on a very personal note, it's like when our advanced students take classes with me and they just tell me, oh, I loved this part of the class. I find that people here always have super good feedback. They're very open about what they liked or what they want to see more of, and it feels great, right? You did a 1 hour class, you taught something, and someone comes up to you and was like, oh wow, this was awesome. Hardest part of either Krav or teaching, I'm gonna pick teaching. So teaching Krav is very different from teaching other things in my experience. So when I started teaching, I don't think I was particularly good at it the first few times, right? I feel like it takes more skills, it takes a lot of interpersonal skills, and it also takes a lot of vigilance, right? Because we're working with sometimes large classes, we are striking, we're moving, you want to be attentive to a lot of people. That has been really difficult. It's been a skill that I've been working on and obviously still working on, right? And the other part is making sure that the level of intensity I bring to my classes is appropriate to the physical fitness of our students. That's also something I've struggled with quite a lot. I don't want my classes to be impossible marathons for an hour that don't bring you anything, but I also don't want them to be a walk in the park that doesn't challenge you and doesn't create that atmosphere where you'll remember something. Advice to new students? Just try more classes. Honestly, that would actually be my advice, is just come in, try classes with different instructors. You might find that you have a particular learning style that meshes well with an instructor, and we all teach the same things, but we all teach them differently with our own personalities, our own learning and teaching styles, right? I don't learn the same things as some of my fellow instructors. I don't learn the same ways, and I don't teach the same ways. So if you find that you have one instructor you really resonate with, then it totally makes sense to try to match their schedule. Secret about myself. Most people don't know. I feel like the instructors know now because I don't project that very much, I think. Most people are always surprised to learn I'm a huge nerd. I play a lot of D&D, I play a ton of video games, I'm super into anime, and I think when you're here in the gym working out, it's not always the image that people get of you, is most of my time not spent at the gym is spent doing nerdy things. I'm still trying to beat Elden Ring. Kind of one more thing for like new students or people who are showing up for the first time is if it's your first time here and you're unsure about what you're gonna get out of the class, tell your instructor. Like, come talk to us. We're always happy to tailor classes and see or help you get into the groove of things. Alright, I'd like to leave now, please.